Hello, dear friends. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth has passed away. Revelation 21. Opinion piece. Restoring Lemuria. In the Pacific. A state of bliss. Heaven on earth. A new Sphinx discovered in Egypt. The future is projected into the present. Let's start. The Pacific Ocean will be the main stage this year for the transformation of the world into the new Earth in order to restore the paradise of Lemuria according to Cobra. This year's energetic work focuses on the countries and regions connected to the ancient Lemuria. All countries and regions bordering the Pacific will be key areas of transformation this year. It's worth remembering that the hippie movement was born in San Francisco along the Pacific coast as an echo of Lemuria. The central area of this stage is in the Pacific is Bora Bora. The Pleiadians have an underwater base near Bora Bora, and the Syrians off the east coast of Australia. Both bases will help anchor the energy of the new heaven and new earth keys. The Syrians will use it to heal humanity's mental, emotional, and partially physical bodies, further transforming the subconscious of the light missionaries and preparing them for the first inner contact. This Syrian base will also contribute to regulating the planetary light grid. The Syrians are contacting with dolphins in Australia, as these are said to also originate from the Sirius star system. New Heaven. During the month of April, the New Heaven key will continue transforming what remains of the dark energy anomaly. The New Heaven key has been dispelling all darkness in this multiverse, with Earth as the focal point of this great cosmic transformation, according to Cobra. The New Heaven key and the New Earth key will work together, complementing each other. As the darkness in the world diminishes, the energy of these two keys will become increasingly evident. This key is not a mere data packet, but a living code. It comes directly from the source and operates simultaneously in all dimensions. It creates quantum entangled multidimensional plasma filaments originating from the Absolute One. The New Heaven is a new mental and spiritual frequency, a shift in higher consciousness. The new Earth is the external manifestation of that shift, a renewed human and material life. An old order based on separation, fear, and confusion dies, and another one based on unity, clarity, and harmony is born. This is not the end of a world, but the birth of a transfigured reality. An old inner world falls away, and a cleaner, unified, and more luminous consciousness is born. In other words, the old reality disappears and a higher one begins. On August 11, 1999, during a total solar eclipse, the Absolute transmitted the key to the New Heaven to this multiverse. The purpose of the New Heaven key is to transform and dispel all darkness. At that time, the Absolute had already decided to eliminate the darkness from this multiverse, and the solar total eclipse of August 11, 1999, provided the perfect moment to transmit this key, as human consciousness was sufficient to anchor it in. It is the future cosmic cycle projected through a temporal portal into the present, in the M87 galaxy and the galactic central sun. These plasma filaments are called light tunnels. They transform the darkness of past cosmic cycles as well as the current cycle. Their power is enough to eliminate all darkness from the universe, and their presence will strengthen over time. However, the transformation process requires time. The new Heaven Key entered a new phase after the activation of the 1221 Ascension Portal in August of last year. The Ascension Portal has amplified the power of this key. On August 21st of last year, the Forces of Light received another key, the key to the New Earth. This key also comes directly from the source. Its purpose is to anchor a new reality on Earth, restore heaven to earth, and achieve a state of bliss that existed before the dark forces arrived. Definition: Cobra is not a name but a pseudonym or acronym whose initials stand for compression breakthrough, which translates as breaking of compression, or decisive breakthrough and penetration. The idea that something that was blocked, compressed, or contained suddenly breaks through, allowing for significant change. Together, the two words suggest the moment when the accumulated pressure breaks free and produces a radical change. In Hindu tradition, the cobra primarily symbolizes spiritual power, protection, wisdom, and transformative energy. It is also associated with Shiva. Cobra is often depicted with cobras as a symbol of mastery over fear, death, and time. The coiled serpent symbolizes the latent energy at the base of the spine that can be awakened on the yogi's path. By shedding its skin, the serpent is associated with change, regeneration, and rebirth. Some websites and forums claim that Cobra is Ishtar Antares. Other sources even propose different names, reinforcing the fact that there is no reliable consensus on his identity. Ishtar Antares is a combination of two names: Ishtar, linked to the Mesopotamian goddess of love, fertility, war, and justice, and Antares, the bright red star in the constellation of Scorpio. The material associated with Cobra does not present prophecies as a formal closed system, but rather as a series of narrative apocalyptic visions. The main ideas circulating are the collapse of the financial and political system, the revelation of scandals, the emergence of a resistance movement, the creation of islands of light, the first contact with external forces, and the transition to a new era with a collective ascension. Summary of their prophecies. First, fall of the current system. The collapse of pyramid schemes, secret governments, and banks is predicted. Second, intervention of the resistance. An underground civilization would help humankind during this crisis. Third, communities of light, self-sustaining group that would connect humanity with civilizations from other worlds. Fourth, the ascension is described in several waves, with humanity's transformation to a higher dimension. Fifth, end of wars and world change, the end of military conflicts and the beginning of an era of peace are promised. Interesting. Uber will launch self-driving taxis powered by NVIDIA technology in 2027. A comet is captured on camera fragmenting into 4 pieces. Scientists in Geneva agree that matter is simply energy. CERN conducts a test transporting antimatter with antiprotons. A former Air Force officer claims UFOs disabled nuclear missiles. NASA is building a base to establish a sustained presence on the Moon and has set its sights on Mars as the next step. A former Air Force officer claims UFOs disabled nuclear missiles. NASA... No, it's the repetition, excuse me. Representative Tim Budget says UFOs scientists were found dead after testifying before Congress about UFO files. The planet's green belt is migrating toward the northwest of Earth. AI is homogenizing the way people write and think. An experimental AI escaped its testing environment and mined cryptocurrency without permission. Spyware for the iPhone capable of penetrating millions of devices have been discovered. Nikola Tesla attempted to create a system of free electricity transmitted through the air. J.P. Morgan was Tesla's financial backer. Upon learning of his free wireless energy system, they thwarted it. A 2,200-year-old nuclear bunker has been discovered in India. Neanderthals were making antibiotics more than 40,000 years ago, according to a study. It is admitted there is a massive gravity hole under Antarctica. A submarine has disappeared in Antarctica after discovering previously unknown formations under the ice. The world's largest train journey lasts 21 days, crosses 13 countries, and runs from the Portuguese Algarve to Singapore. NASA plans to launch the first crewed mission to the Moon in more than 50 years on April 1st. NASA is preparing to launch the rocket that will take 4 astronauts to the Moon. The trip to the Moon catalyzes the declassification of secret technology, according to Rafapal. NASA sent 2,000 baby jellyfish into space, and when they returned to Earth, they were more than 60,000. NASA's Curiosity rover finds evidence of underground water on Mars that could have supported life. The World Happiness Report highlights the negative impact of social media and ranks Finland as the happiest country. Scientists enter a remote cave and discover that the Sahara was a thriving, vibrant, green and rainy region thousands of years ago. Net zero emissions activists are bluffed by new evidence showing no link between CO2 and temperature over the past 3 million years. Victor Schauberger demonstrated how we can purify water naturally and harness its enormous power. If humanity had taken advantage of these discoveries back then, we would not only have good quality water, but also clean and cheap energy from water and air. The Bosnian pyramids at Visoko comprise 9 mounds covered with layers of earth, rubble and rocks. This was done to camouflage them, preserve their function and avoid prying eyes. This occurred after the devastating wars for control of Earth and the catastrophe caused by the pole shift, so the pyramids were able to continue functioning but remained invisible to new civilizations. Los Angeles authorities are conducting what could be the largest animal rescue operation in history. Los Angeles officials are reportedly rescuing some 700 dogs and cats from a property in Antelope Valley. According to investigators, the animals were in the care of Christine de Anda of the animal rescue organization Rock Path. During the search, approximately 400 400 dogs, and 300 cats were found. A new Sphinx have been detected in Egypt, while scans suggest a large underground structure. Italian researchers who in 2025 claimed to have discovered enormous underground structures now say they have identified a second guardian buried deep beneath the sand. Filippo Biondi revealed the discovery on Thursday during his appearance on Matt Bell's Limitless podcast, explaining that lines drawn from the pyramids to the well-known Sphinx point to an identical symmetrical location where the buried structure is believed to be located. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.